I have in front of me here what's called a lashing kit. Now it's used in conjunction with, and sometimes, and also available on the TV Trade website, available to be bought with a bracket like this, okay? And the basic purpose of this is, the lashing kit is to hold this bracket securely in position on the chimney while we come along and use the U-bolts to mount a pole that will normally hold something like a UHF aerial. So let it come along, we'll say, and look at the component parts to make up this lashing kit. Now the reason we sell them separately is sometimes people will have the brackets and just wish to buy the lashing kit, or you know, they might be missing components from it and just want to buy an entire kit. So there's 4 basic component parts to it. So the first thing here is the actual guy wire or lashing kit wire, okay? And that will just wrap around the chimney. The next thing is we have actual J-bolts, and what will happen here is this end of the J-bolt will be wrapped around the guy wire, and the other end will actually slot directly into here. Okay, we take off the bolt, put it on, and there's a 15mm nut on this, okay? And what we would do here is, the next part of it here is we'd actually use the U-bolts, and the U-bolts, once again demonstrated with this particular bracket, would be used in conjunction with this, where we take off the nuts, put them in from the far side, and tighten this in, and it will actually allow us to lock a pole, such as we'll say an 1.25 inch pole, into position here, and then we'd mount the aerial on top of it. So we'll obviously use 2 of these. And then we come along, and people often expect there should be 4 of these little corner brackets, but of course we only need 3, because on one of the 4 corners of the chimney we'll have the actual bracket. And what we do is, when we're running the guy wire around, what we'll actually do is we put these on each corner, and the purpose of this is that it'll actually stop the wire cutting into the concrete, both preventing damage to the chimney and also meaning that we can tighten the bracket in confidence, knowing that it won't be able to wear through the metal, so it'll give it, once we get it tight, it'll remain tight. Okay, so what type of brackets would we use it with? Well, this here is the standard type of bracket that we sell, and the most common one. And there's a heavier duty bracket that we have here, which I'll just demonstrate. And this is exactly the same theory, except it gives a larger offset, which can be important, we'll say, if we had a large reveal on the chimney we're trying to get past, and it just gives better stability on the thing. So both are available. Normally we'll say if we have a large pole, we'll use a bracket like this, and a smaller pole, we'd use the other bracket that I just demonstrated there. And the final thing I'm going to quickly overview here is what tools would you need if you're in conjunction with a lashing kit. Well, the basic things you need is a snips here for cutting the excess wire length. You'd need a 15mm socket for using with the U-bolts, and a 13mm socket in conjunction with with the U-bolts, and the 15mm goes with the J-bolts, and then we just have a ratchet for driving it. So that's it anyway, an overview of the lashing kit that's available on the tvtrade.ie website, and with further videos to come in this series that will cover the whole area of the actual brackets themselves.